I want to tell you my story. I want to explain why perfectionism is a topic that I'm so incredibly passionate about. I believe that perfectionism is the ultimate defense mechanism. As a little boy growing up in Illinois, I was flamboyant and loving and effeminate. I wanted to play with my Barbies all the time and braid hair and make doll clothes. And as you can imagine, the world around me told me that's not okay. I felt dirty and weird and shame for being who I was. So, what I ended up doing was finding things that I loved and was uber passionate about, gymnastics being the first, and I poured all of my energy and enthusiasm into becoming the best gymnast I could be. The problem with that is that as I was receiving all of these negative messages from my coaches, from my teammates, from the world around me, I started ingesting that. I started feeling like the only way that I had value, the only way I was lovable is if I succeeded, if I was better than they were. That in some way, if I was, all of the negativity and all the mean things I was receiving didn't matter because at least at the end of the day, I was better than them. So I wore perfectionism as a cloak, as a protective barrier to not feel hurt. And so, other than the obvious, what was happening in the background was even worse because it was working. I started becoming a very good gymnast. I started winning awards. I started getting good grades. I was getting praise from my coaches, my teachers, even my parents. And all of these accolades, all of this praise, it felt good. So what did it do? It reinforced the message, keep doing that thing. So what ended up happening? The perfectionism driver that I had in my life started to seep everywhere. At 19, I was playing recreational volleyball with my friends just for fun. And at the end of a tough loss, my friends came up to me and were like, Jeff, we don't want to play with you anymore. It's not fun. All you do is scream and yell at us, and you get frustrated with yourself. I remember in college, I was in a really hard class. I wasn't following what my professor was explaining. He asked everybody, hey, do you understand? Had 50 people like nodding their heads, and I raised my hand. I was like, I don't get this. And he just moved on. I ran out of the class in a panic, swirling in my brain the thoughts, you're an idiot. You're a fraud. You're so dumb. Everyone gets this but you. And I felt my heart literally ripping out of my chest. My perfectionism had hit an all-time high. I tell this story a lot. In my junior year of college, one of my best friends was my stunt partner. We were front and center getting ready for college nationals, and we weren't being consistent. And I was so angry that I let her fall to the floor. I told my coach in front of everyone she couldn't do it. She couldn't handle the pressure. That she was going to be the cause of my embarrassment at college nationals, and I wouldn't have it. I'm now 45 years old, still struggling with the echoes of my perfectionism. I can only imagine what my life would look like if somebody would have been able to help me through and deal with my perfectionism. How much happier I could be, how much of a better employee I would have been, a better teammate, a better friend, a husband and father. I share this story to say, if you notice perfectionism in your athletes, if you notice perfectionism in your children or perfectionism in yourself, please get support, because it is not an if your perfectionism is going to impact you negatively, it's a when.